Good evening, welcome to Prog Monster. My name is Murph and I am the host of this show that's dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So this is my Monday night look back at a classic rock album, and tonight we're going to be honoring the memory of Christine McVie from Fleetwood Mac, who I admire quite a bit and want to give her some kudos here. So we're going to do this album tonight, Fleetwood Mac's Rumours. Sorry, I'm getting a bit of a blur here. Try to move it around until we find a spot. Anyways, there it is. That's Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks on the cover there. Most people are familiar with this album. It's one of the biggest selling albums in rock history, I think. I think it's over 40 million copies. That's a lot. Even more than that AC/DC album, you know. Anyway, so this album came out in 1977. Of course, at that time, I was not listening to this kind of music at all and was completely engrossed with my Kiss albums. And so we didn't get into this stuff until probably around the early 80s, like maybe 82, 83, when I think 78, 79, and 80, I was expanding in that kind of heavier genre with a lot of stuff. And then I started expanding outward after that in the 80s, and into Fleetwood Mac became one of those bands. Now, I like them probably a lot more initially than I listen to them now. I do have several other albums, including this one, of course. We have... I can't quite tell you where they are on this pack here. I do have the one that came out in 99 that didn't have Christine McVie, and then another one called, oh Christ, I can't think of the name of it. I was looking at it earlier too. Okay. Anyways, we're not here to talk about those albums, but I do have some familiarity with Fleetwood Mac. I have listened to them over the years. I wouldn't say I'm a huge fan, but I do like their stuff. A couple things about the band that I like quite a bit. They probably have one of the best vocal trio of any group. The only group that comes to mind that I think kind of challenges them is Styx. Styx has a great trio of vocalists as well. But anyways, the three that are in the band for this album are among the best. So we have, this album was released. The album is called Rumours, of course, just in case people didn't know that, and I can't imagine that you wouldn't. I'm trying to find the right angle here. It's a little bit right where we are. Pull it back a little bit, see what happens. That's a little better. Anyways, album was released February the 4th, 1977. Several studios they recorded this at. Criteria in Miami, the Record Plant in Sausalito and LA, Zellerbach Auditorium in Berkeley, Wally Hader Studio in Hollywood. I think it's the Studio 3. I think that's what it was. And Dahlin in North Hollywood. So they were... My guess is that some of them had more convenience to them at one studio than they might have had at another. I'm not sure why they would record in so many studios, but I think that's probably it. Album is 38 minutes or so long, almost 39, which is about a perfect. For me, between 38 and 40 is perfect. So it's a pretty much close to perfect length. Released on Warner Brothers label, of course, and produced by Fleetwood Mac, Ken Caillet, and Richard Basher. You tell me. Okay, so playing in this band, of course, Lindsey Buckingham, lead vocals, backing and harmony vocals, electric and acoustic guitars, and a little bit of tom-toms and percussion. Stevie Nicks, lead vocals, backing and rhythm vocals, and hand clapping. She does all the hand clapping. I never thought of that as an instrument, but I guess it is. It makes noise, right? Then we have Christine McVie, lead vocals, backing vocals, harmony vocals, organ, vibraphone, piano, tack piano, Hammond organ, of course, harmonium, electric piano, clarinet, moog, and keyboards. So she plays a lot of almost all the keyboard instruments. And then you have John McVie, bass and fretless bass, and Mick Fleetwood. Sorry. Mondays are always the worst day, aren't they? Drums, shakers, snare drum, all the drum stuff that you normally have, cymbals, wind chimes, castanets. I think he actually plays the cowbell here somewhere too. I don't see it, but I think he does. I think I might not have wrote it down. Yeah, there it is. There I wrote it down. Cowbell and processed electronic effects for the drum synthesizer, I guess is what it is, and percussion, which is what most of the stuff is, percussion instruments. So yeah, that's the band. For those of you who are not aware of it, which I can't imagine you would be. It has basically 11 tracks, but when this album was released, they hadn't got to the point where they were doing CDs first yet. I think that came out in '88. I think this is quite a bit in the rears of that. So there are 2 sides, 6 tracks on one side, 5 tracks on the second side. So you've got Secondhand News, which is the lead-off track. Some really catchy guitar on this, and his vocals are great. This is one of my favorite songs by Lindsey Buckingham's, with him singing. Fantastic song. Dreams, I really like this a lot too. It's another really good one, but with Stevie Nicks on the vocals. Some nice, excellent bass and drums on this as well. Then we have the third song is Never Going Back. Sorry, Never Going Back Again. I was trying to think of what I was trying to write there. Lindsey Buckingham on vocals, of course. He plays the acoustic guitar bit here that I like quite a bit as well. Then you got Don't Stop, which is the big one of the big songs on the album, and the big one for Christine McVie. She does the vocals on this, does a really good job. She plays the piano and the drum, and there's the piano and drum opening that go nicely together too. The thing I like about Christine's vocals over Stevie and Lindsey is that her vocals are very solid female vocals, I guess. I definitely, there's no guessing about it. Normal female vocals, like there's nothing really outstanding about her voice except for that it's good. It's not actually outstanding isn't probably the right term. There's nothing out of the ordinary about her voice. It's just a really solid, really good, outstanding female vocal. But it's not as distinctive as Stevie Nicks. Stevie Nicks has a much more distinctive voice and singing voice. When I hear the radio and I hear a song from Christine McVie, I don't always know right away that it's Christine McVie. But when I hear Stevie, I know right away that's Stevie Nicks, even if I don't know the song, right? Okay, so then we move, after Don't Stop, they do Go Your Own Way, which I think it's their biggest hit on this album. Rhiannon is probably their biggest hit overall, I think. That's my favorite anyways, so this could be their biggest hit though. And it's really, really well done. And you've got Buckingham just wailing away on his voice, and the guitar riff is really cool, and the drums and the beat is really catchy from the song. It's one of those songs that I like to sing a lot in the shower. It's probably the only Fleetwood Mac song that I do that with. I can't think of any others. And then you got the song, first side ending song, which is Songbird. It's a kind of a ballad, kind of a love song. It's not a song I really like all that much, but I do like Christine McVie's vocals on this too. So then we move to side 2, which features probably next to Go Your Own Way, my favorite track on the album, The Chain. The reason I like this so much is that they do all three vocalists are singing on this, and then really good harmony. It's one of the best harmonies by this group, I think. Just so catchy. The beat is so catchy. The harmony is so catchy. It's just one of those songs that you could listen to over and over again, and you wouldn't get bored with it. Okay, then you go. You make me. Okay, try this again. You make loving fun. Okay, we got it out. Okay. Anyways, this is another Christine McVie vocal. A nice organ guitar intro. Some really catchy guitar solo here as well. I think this is one of Christine's better vocal songs. I like this one maybe. I may actually like this song more than Don't Stop. Don't Stop is more well known, but I actually think I like this one a little bit better. Okay, then we get to the third song on the second side, which is Don't Want to Know. And this is the vocal duo of Buckingham and Nix. So, you know, all this stuff's going on, and then they got to do a vocal duo together. And they're always, these guys are always arguing. And this is the thing I liked about Christine, is she was like so low-key and so composed and so classy in her way she was, and I think she was kind of the glue of this band, in my opinion. Okay, so that's a cool song. The two of them doing that duet together, I love that. It just sounds so good. Then you got Oh Daddy from McVie with a guitar intro. Not a bad song. Not one of my favorites, but it's not a bad song. And then you got the last track on the album, which is Gold Dust Woman with Stevie Nicks on the vocals. It's kind of a mellow opening. Oh yeah, sorry. It's not a bad song, but the album overall is kind of, it's very poppy, but it has some real catchy beats, like some real memorable songs here, like, you know, like Dreams, Secondhand News, Don't Stop, Go Your Own Way, The Chain. All these songs are very memorable songs. And even though they're, sorry, I got the hiccups now. Yawning and the hiccups. I'm really set for tonight. Anyways, you know, when you got that many catchy beats and that many big songs on an album, it's going to be a blockbuster, and this was a blockbuster. The people who like the Lindsey Buckingham, Stevie Nicks era love this album. The ones who like the Peter Green era, they don't like this so much, because the music changed quite a bit between the two eras, and with the Bob Welch in the middle. But you know, this is their 11th studio album in '77, so they were around. They were a veteran band at this point in time. So very strong album, though. I was going to do this a long time ago, but unfortunately, sad circumstances had to prompt me to do it now. But I just wanted to do this out for Christine McVie, a very special woman, a great keyboardist, great songwriter, fantastic vocals, I think, and just an all-around classy woman. So, Christine, I hope you rest in peace. Thank you for giving us so much great stuff. And I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please like and subscribe. And we'll be back next Monday night with another look back at another classic rock album. So have yourself a good evening. Bye.